Today I've been just thinking about this idea of self-care in the sense of I went ahead and got myself like coffee drinks that I like and bone broth to drink while I'm on this little retreat, and I've been enjoying time outside and trying to stop and pay attention to what I'm feeling and thinking and doing and why I'm doing it. I actually had mentioned this book, and so I just wanted to read a little portion of it because I think it's really helpful. It's the Jordan Peterson book, and this is on Rule 2. Treat yourself as if you are someone you're responsible for caring for. This is a pretty long section, but I think it's worth reading, so I hope you'll also find it helpful. We deserve some respect. You deserve some respect. You are important to other people as much as to yourself. You have some vital role to play in the unfolding destiny of the world. You are, therefore, morally obliged to take care of yourself. You should take care of, help, and be good to yourself the same way you would take care of, help, and be good to someone you loved and valued. You may therefore have to conduct yourself habitually in a manner that allows you some respect for your own being, and fair enough. But every person is deeply flawed. Everyone falls short of the glory of God. If that stark fact meant that we had no responsibility to care for ourselves as much as others, everyone would be brutally punished all the time. That would not be good. To treat yourself as if you were someone you are responsible for helping is, instead, to consider what would be truly good for you. This is not what you want. It is also not what would make you happy. Every time you give a child something sweet, you make that child happy. That does not mean that you should do nothing for children except feed them candy. Happy is by no means synonymous with good. And then he goes on to talk about like the ways that we help our children to develop good habits and grow in their understanding of the world and become responsible for themselves and all those things. He makes a case, he lays out a case for doing that for ourselves. And I am working through this idea on my own. I have to be honest with you because I feel both. I feel the weight of wanting to grow, wanting to make sure that I am making progress in my character, in my heart, in my soul, in my spiritual growth. And yet I'm at this phase of life where I'm very, very aware of my weaknesses and inabilities, and even the ways that when I like set out with good intentions to be consistent, and then I fail. I'm just in a forgetful stage of life. Life comes at me faster than I can seem to manage. So I feel this, and yet I also feel this sense of like, I'm not very good at caring for myself, and I feel like or anybody. I feel like I'm dropping the ball in a lot of ways and letting down various people. But this weekend, I'm making this my own, like, what is truly good for me. I've made this a priority in my life, and I'm glad. This already, I've just been here for like 5 hours, I think, and I've read 10 chapters of Revelation. I read part of a book by a Puritan that's called Learning in Christ's School, and it's just about maturing as a believer and trying to assess ourselves and examine ourselves. And then now I'm sitting down with Jordan Peterson's book a little bit before bed, and I've taken video. Oh, and let me tell you about all the animals that I've seen today. So I saw, right when I got here, I saw a turtle down in the pond. Then I saw all the frogs and the dragonflies. The dragonflies were mating. And then I saw a blue heron when I walked out. It went up and went out of the water and up over the trees. And then I saw a bunch of deer. Probably over the course of the night, I probably saw 10 or 12 different deer. One was a mother and a fawn, and just different groups. I saw a lizard on the road. I saw a hawk. The last thing that I saw that was super cool, because I've never seen them in the wild, I saw 3 skunks. It was like a swirl of these fluffy tails all right by the water. I don't know what they were doing, but their tails were all moving around while they were, and they were all smushed together, all 3 of them. So the 3 of them were together, and then their tails were all wagging up like this. But it was so cute, and I was glad they were on the other side of the pond just in case. But I didn't get any video, and then I did get video. I'm not sure it was very good, but I'm going to share it anyway, because I mean, I've never seen skunks in real life before, so that was kind of cool. Anyway, I feel refreshed in my heart. I feel reminded of God's bigness, just reading in Revelation all of the descriptions of Jesus and of God on the throne and the majesty of the angels and all of it. It makes me feel small in a good way, like the things on my mind, like our house selling in Washington, and issues with one of our kids, and plans later this week, and people who are coming over later this week, and all the things, you know, that are on our minds. I've got medical bills I have to submit for my car accident that was in February, just so many things. And it makes me, like, if I think about that list, I start getting really like churny. But because I spent so much time just reading about God's sovereignty, I just feel so, his bigness. I feel so sure of who he is that it makes my problems seem very manageable to him. I know that he will sort them out in the way that they need to be sorted out, whether or not it's the way that I like, and that I don't have to churn about it. Not that there's nothing for me to do. I still texted Doug about, hey, did you submit the medical bills? But so I'm still doing what I need to do, but I'm just not, I feel like I'm having more of a posture of heart that's like accepting of God's big plan rather than focused on the nervousness or the fears or the stress of things. I'm really looking forward to 2.5 more days of perspective, and I may not vlog some of it, but I wanted to at least share my initial observations. I will say that the urge to check the news slowed down a lot, so I don't know if that goes away. We'll see over the course of the time, but right now I feel like once I got here, I didn't feel that urge to just check the news as much as I did when I was out and about. So just wanted to share that observation. Day 1 of my soul retreat. It's good. I feel rested in my heart. About to get rest in my body.